Good evening, and welcome to your reading and discussion of the tarot card for the Thelemic Holy Season. Today is March 25th. Our letter is Pe. Our card tonight is the Tower, and our reading is Liber VII, Chapter 1, and I am sibling Babalon, and I guess let's get started. My God, how I love thee! With the vehement appetite of a beast I hunt thee through the universe. Thou art standing as it were upon a pinnacle at the edge of some fortified city. I am a white bird, and perch upon thee. Thou art my lover. I see thee as a nymph with her white limbs stretched by the spring. She lies upon the moss. There is none other but she. Art thou not Pan? I am he. Speak not, O my God. Let the work be accomplished in silence. Let my cry of pain be crystallized into a little white fawn to run away into the forest. Thou art a centaur, O my God, from the violet blossoms that crown thee to the hoofs of the horse. Thou art harder than tempered steel. There is no diamond beside thee. Did I not yield this body and soul? I woo thee with a dagger drawn across my throat. Let the spout of blood quench thy bloodthirst, O my God. Thou art a little white rabbit in the burrow night. I am greater than the fox and the hole. Give me thy kisses, O Lord God. The lightning came and licked up the little flock of sheep. There is a tongue and a flame. I see that trident walking over the sea. A phoenix hath it for its head. Below are two prongs. They spear the wicked. I will spear thee, O thou little gray god, unless thou beware. From the gray to the gold, from the gold to that which is beyond gold of Ophir, my God, but I love thee. Why hast thou whispered so ambiguous things? Wast thou afraid, O goat-hoofed one? O horned one, O pillar of lightning? From the lightning fall pearls, from the pearls black specks of nothing. I based all on one on naught. Afloat in the ether, O my God, my God. O thou great hooded son of glory, cut off these eyelids. Nature shall die out. She hideth me, closing mine eyelids with fear. She hideth me from my destruction, O thou open eye, O ever weeping one. Not Isis my mother, nor Osiris myself, but the incestuous Horus given over to Typhon, so may I be. Their thought, and thought is evil. Pan, Pan, Iopan, it is enough. Fall not into death, O my soul. Think that death is the bed into which you are falling. Oh, how I love thee, O my God. Especially is there a vehement parallel light from infinity, vilely diffracted in the haze of this mind. I love thee, I love thee, I love thee. Thou art a beautiful thing, whiter than a woman in the column of this vibration. I shoot up vertically like an arrow, and become that above. But it is death, and the flame of the pyre. Ascend in the flame of the pyre, O my soul. Thy God is like the cold emptiness of the utmost heaven, into which thou radiatest thy light. When thou shalt know me, O empty God, my flame shall utterly expire in thy great knocks. What shalt thou be, my God, when I have ceased to love thee? A worm, a nothing, a nittering knave? But oh, I love thee. I have thrown 1,000,000 flowers from the basket of the beyond at thy feet, I have anointed thee and thy staff with oil and blood and kisses. I have kindled thy marble into life, ay, into death. I have been smitten with the reek of thy mouth, that drinketh never wine but life. How the dew of the universe whitens the lips. Ah, trickling flow of the stars of the mother supernal, be gone! I am she that should come, the virgin of all men. I am a boy before thee, O thou satyr god. Thou wilt inflict the punishment of pleasure. Now, now, now. Eopan, Eopan, I love thee, I love thee. O my God, spare me. Now it is done, death. I cried aloud the word, and it was a mighty spell to bind the invisible, an enchantment to unbind the bound, yea, to unbind the bound. And now, our card for today is the Tower. The Tower has long been seen as the most disastrous of the trumps, even more so than death, which brings change. A.E. Waite says occult explanations attached to this card are meager and mostly disconcerting. In traditional fortune-telling, the card is seen as one of disastrous change. In the Thoth Tarot, we find a slightly different outlook. It is attributed to the Hebrew letter Pe, which means the mouth, and refers to the planet Mars. It therefore is seen as destruction of existing material by fire. Crowley subtitles it War and believes it is the preface to the 20th trump, the Last Judgment, or the coming of the new Aeon, referencing the cult of Shiva the Destroyer, in which that which breaks down material into nothingness is seen as an ultimate good. We see this reflected in the doctrine of solve et coagula, of dissolution and reformation. We must be destroyed in the abyss in order to apprehend ourselves. In practical terms, we see this too. It is facile to see every disaster as having a silver lining, to see every calamity as being sent for our betterment. As a friend of mine says, we are not required to process bad things that happen to us as ordeals, but that doesn't mean we cannot. Sometimes a catastrophe is just a catastrophe. We suffer, learn, and go on. But at other times, we see the outlines of a chance to learn and rise above. See in the breaking down of the old and chance for the growth of something new. This sort of change is always painful. We shouldn't start it on a whim, and we aren't required to like it. But that doesn't mean we can't experience it as an ordeal and come out better for it. The Thelemic order and its current accomplishments rose out of the decision on the part of myself and a few others to take a constructive path in response to destructive acts, to build a new aeon for ourselves and those who could appreciate it, rather than fighting over the ashes of one that was dying. As Thelemites, we may not wish for the Tower, and we may dread the work it entails. We don't lightly visit catastrophe on others because we don't appreciate that destruction to no point is not change, but the prevention of change. But we don't fear destruction in the superstitious sense of those who let it corrupt their will, who will become less than they could because of setbacks and adversity. We realize that it is a challenge and that the old aeon cannot pass away without it. Love is the law, love under will.